If you want to see how I turned this bed into this magnificent looking bed, stay tuned to the end of this video. Hey family, and welcome back to another video, another DIY video. Okay, we're doing this thing step by step. If you guys have not seen the video where I did the DIY wall in my living room, listen, a chef kisses, a chef kisses. It's not because I did it. It's because I saw an inspiration that inspired me, and I decided to try something similar in my space. And did it elevate my space? It elevated my space, okay? Listen to me. Today is January 2nd, and I just got back off of my little 3-day, what you would call that, 3-day holiday getaway, 3-day getaway. I went to Tennessee, and it was nice. It was nice. I didn't get to see no black bears. I wanted to see black bear. Yes, I did. What black people want to go around trying to see if they can find a black bear? Me, I wanted to see a black bear, child. I wanted a black bear to climb up the side of that cabin, child. I wanted the experience. In any case, I forgot what side of Tennessee that was. Something fudge, something, but it was in the mountains, and it was good. It was good. I could not wait to get back home though, because I wanted to do my DIY. But listen, I've been thinking about starting this DIY all morning. And I'm not lazy to start it. I'm lazy to not want to mess up my room. I am lazy to not want my room to get in disarray. And then I gotta go clean this whole mess up after I done made my mess. So I got out the bed. I haven't made the bed because it makes no sense for me to make the bed, because I gotta get all my stuff basically off the bed, because I don't have any flat surfaces. So I'm gonna have to use the bed, especially I'm gonna use the bed for the headboard portion of it, because that's the bigger piece. So I'm gonna do everything on the bed, so I have to clear everything off the bed so I can have a flat surface to work on. Oh, I didn't tell y'all what I was working on, huh? Oh, from the title you're gonna see that I'm gonna be working on reupholstering my headboard, my front board, and I'm redoing 2 complete new sideboards, because the first time I did them, I didn't do them 100 strong enough. That's the word I want to use. So Baby Zyla definitely showed me that they were not strong enough. Okay, so I rebought boards. I think I showed you guys that in another video. Okay? And so I got the fabric. I don't know if I ever showed you guys the fabric, but I got the fabric. I went ahead and I bought me a new nail gun. Okay guys, my camera cut off, and I didn't realize that it cut off, because I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's the card holder reader that I'm using. I think one time it was happening to me before, and I'm thinking that's what the guy in Best Buy said, that my card reader is not like the one I'm using is a terabyte, my SD card, and my card reader is not fast enough to read it or something like that, so that's why it cuts off. Anyhow, so I was mentioning that I have repurchased a new nail gun. So I got those. I did get me some brackets, and these are some very, very strong brackets. I got all this stuff from Home Depot. I just did it again. So I have to like keep my eye to make sure I'm always recording. So what I was trying to explain is my headboard. My headboard got stained last Christmas when I had made some pillows this color, and I had those as my backrest pillows. They actually had stained my headboard, and I tried to clean it with Awesome. And if anybody know Awesome is very concentrated, so when you use it, you have to use it like less, like a cup of Awesome to a bottle of water. But I did the opposite, and the yellows kind of stained it. So the second one I fell in love with, that one is over $1,000. And I said to myself, why not reupholster your bed? So that is what I am going to do. I'm going to reupholster my bed. Like I said, I'm going to make new sideboards. The ones down to the bottom. You'll see, I'll explain to you guys. Because I'm not going to talk to the rest. When I start to upholster, I'm not going to be talking, so that this video is not going to be long. I don't want the videos over 20 minutes anymore, because it says you guys don't watch over, the average watch is like over 12 minutes. So I'm not going over 20. So that's why you'll see videos saying to be continued. In any case, this is the fabric. I don't remember if I ever showed you guys the fabric before, but this is the fabric that I'm using. It's brown. It looks kind of gray. Maybe you might be picking up the brown, but the bed that I'm going to show you that I fell in love with, and loved like the color, and I saw it in my room and what it would do to the room, and I decided to reupholster my bed instead. So if you look at this on my bed, I would not have wanted my bed to be this brown. This is just too, I love the brown. That's not what I'm saying, that I don't love this. I love this, but I don't feel like, even though it's neutral, it would bother me as a neutral. Okay? So I love this. You see how much darker this is? So this gives off of you're getting brown from it. You're getting that gunmetal gray from it, so it can go warm and it can go cool, and that's what I wanted. I wanted, if I feel like going cool with my bedding, I can go cool. If I want to go warm with my bedding, I can go warm. That's what I wanted, and that's why I selected this fabric. I had it in my mind. I did not think in my wildest dreams that I would have found it, but I did. I found it in Joann's Fabric, okay, and I think it was like $12. Okay guys, I'm having a really hard time with my SD card, so I just changed the adapter, and let me see if it's gonna keep cutting off again, continuously cut off. If it does, I'm going to switch from using this terabyte, because I don't know if that's why. I didn't stop using my terabyte SD card. It just went missing. I couldn't find it, and I found it the other day, and I started using it, and now I'm having this issue. I can't remember. In any case, I'm about to disrupt my room, and okay, it's still happening. Like, why? It's still happening. So I'm thinking, is this terabyte SD card? I'm gonna switch to my other SD card, and the adapter that one is in, the part that you can lock, somehow that broke off. I don't know how. I'm thinking Baby Zyla probably got hands to it, because it's was in the computer. So I'm going to switch to that SD card, and I'm going to see if it's going to keep stopping like that, because I can't be recording and it's stopping. I don't want to use my phone to record. I want to use my camera. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to be forced to sell this camera, because I have not been having good experiences with it. Okay? So I'm going to switch out SD cards. I have all these adapters that I was about to try. See, I have a lot of adapters. I'm going to switch SD cards in the same adapter I have in here now, and I'm going to see if it does it. And if it doesn't do it, then I know it's the terabyte card. Yeah. And all of these have a SD card in them, but they're not for recording video. So remember when I first got my camera, I used to be complaining, saying that some of my footage is missing, it's corrupted. It's because I was using the wrong SD cards. You need to use this particular SD card, the one that's red and gold. Versus these ones. So I have a lot of these because I have bought so much, but okay, so this is called channel tufting. What I did is I pushed the fabric in between these slots. I had cut the slots. You can, I'm gonna tag the other video so you guys can go see how I made this one. And I'm gonna do the same thing now. That's why I'm spreading the fabric, and I want it to be done evenly. It's best for me to start from the middle, come this way, but I'm gonna take a chance and not, because the fabric can start to go uneven, okay? And then I'll get down there and this part of the fabric is like gone in that. So that's why I'm spending so much time trying to straighten it. Okay, so after I get it straightened, I'm gonna, let me see if I can set you guys up here so you can get, I want you guys to see it close up this time. I don't think I did that last time. I hope this helps. I think that's why I've gotten so many questions over the years, is because of this. Okay. Oh, I'm getting thirsty. Let me go get some water. It's after 2 o'clock. And I should have started this so I could be finished by tonight, so I have a nice pretty bed to sleep in tonight. Okay, family, let's get into it. So, as I mentioned before, you have to make sure that this fabric is pretty straight so that it would not basically go in an angle when you're tufting. Okay, that happened to me the first time and I had to pull them back out and start over. So all I'm basically doing is I am pushing the fabric down in between the tufting, and then I would try to put them in place by stapling them underneath. I'm gonna say from now, because I've already done this and I know what my end result was, do not do this if you do not remove the fabric that you previously had on there. If it was a flat surface, it will work, but because it's a tufting, you need to remove the tufting below. You need to remove the old fabric and then add this new fabric. And going forward, you will see why, and I will explain why as we go through the video. As you can see, I am pulling out all of the creases with my hand. The way you see me doing it, I'm pulling the fabric as tightly as I can by pulling it and then pushing it down into the crease. You want to do that, otherwise the fabric is going to be very loose on top of the channels. Now here's the big mistake to do not make. I cut this fabric too short when I was cutting it. I always check twice and cut once, but I didn't do it and it ended up being too short, but I'll show you how I fixed it after. So what I'm doing now to reinforce the tufting is I was running that spoon, that wooden spoon, between the tuftings to push them down as far as, because this hurts your fingers, guys, doing it this way. So what I did is I cut another piece of fabric to fix the error that I made where I cut the fabric too short. Now this fabric is a textured fabric, it's velvet, therefore when you turn it in different directions, you're going to see the difference, like it's darker, and here you see it. I turn the fabric around so it's going in the opposite direction to the other piece of fabric that was there, so it's darker. When you see me put this up in place, you're going to see where that end is actually darker than the rest fabric. It's not that it's a different fabric, it's the same exact dye lot,
It's just that the fabric is turned in the opposite direction, so you're getting a darker hue from it. Here I am trying my best to, now this is where I realized that I really needed to take off the fabric underneath, because I'm trying to pull the tufting through and it automatically will fold, but these were not folding because of the fabric that's already on there. So when it comes over the edge, that already has the fold, so it wasn't allowing me to fold this fabric. So it made it very difficult for me. I had to end up turning the headboard back over and doing it this way where I can't see what I'm doing underneath. But what I'm going to do is I am going to put in just a few staples to hold the fabric in place for me. And then after I'm finished doing that, when I flip it over, I'll finish tightening the fabric. But if I had taken the fabric off, I could have had this flipped over and I would have been able to do it like I did the first time I made the headboard. It's pretty difficult to fold the fabric, as you can see. Very difficult to fold the fabric. So yeah. Now this is the end piece that I was talking about that I had to add. This is going to be very difficult for me because there's so much fabric being gathered right there when I flip it over and I'm trying to finish off, have a smooth edge. So I turned the headboard over and I am now adding the staples. So I'm pulling very tight. You got to pull as tight as possible because you don't want your fabric too loose. I'm trying to remove as much of the previous fabric, not the previous fabric, but where I cut bad. You have to take some of that fabric away, otherwise it's too thick. And even doing this fold, you're going to see where I have to remove some of the fabric as well, because it's just too much fabric. So when you bend it over, you're not getting a smooth enough bend. I do have to take this after I'm finished. I was finished with this entire headboard. I have to take it down because I am seeing the difference in the color and it does bother me. Plus that edge was not as smooth as I want it to be. So I'm going to take it off. I'm going to attach that fabric back onto the one that I cut by sewing it, and then I will reupholster, but I have to make sure the fabric is turned the same way. Okay guys, that is the headboard. That is the headboard. Oh my god. Yo. This freaking color is amazing. You see when you put it, like, when you want to see how something really look in a space, is like a carpet or anything. You ever notice you go into Home Goods and you look at those carpets and they just seem to be very big when they're up? Because they're in their wrong position. When you bring it home, put it down on the floor, it doesn't seem that big. Same thing with fabric. When you have fabric, you have to put, like you have a drapery, you have to stand it up, the drapery up, like this, to see the beauty of it, to see how it's really gonna look. So when I had the fabric in my hand and it was down this way, I was like, I was like, nah, it's gonna look good. I'm like, I have to trust myself, right? Now that this is in its position, upright, like this, in its vertical position, I'm a different type of designer. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. So this is going to be the bottom because I messed up a little bit. And I don't want to fix what I messed up. So if I hide it to the bottom, I'm going to be good. And I'm not going to show y'all, then y'all going to always see it. But this is going to be the bottom. The hardest thing is to bring it over smoothly because of the fabric underneath. And this tunnel right here is following the other fabric that has a bend. So when I'm trying to bend this thicker fabric around that, it's giving me a problem. Whereas when I did it the first time, it didn't. It was easy to make a nice clean fold right here. Okay, so that took a while. But I just want you guys to see this.
I'm not going to put it in place because I do have to add the legs to it. And I don't think I have brackets for the legs. So I'm going to have to go to Home Depot because I have to add the legs to it so that I can do what I do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take off the front board and I'm going to upholster that. And then after I upholster that, I don't think I have enough fabric. After I upholster that, then I want this and this to have the same, come from the same dye lot. Fabrics have dye lots. So when I go buy another piece, the dye lot may not be the same as this. So you're going to see a little variation in terms of color. So I want, if you're standing here, your eyes are running from here up, you're seeing the same color. So I'm going to do the front board first, just in case I run out of fabric. I'm thinking I might, but I may not. But yeah, because I'm going higher this time in terms of my sideboards. Right now I'm about to cut the fabric in half to do the front. But what I'm doing here, I can't cut it in half. So I think I'm going to need more fabric. Anywho, I'm going to pull the front board up, this front piece out. I have to go and get my drill. So let's go get the drill. Because the side one is going to take, the sideboards are going to take me doing more. I have to add another piece of wood to it to drill it. Because like I told you guys, I'm thickening it up. And like I'm literally making that one from scratch versus just upholstering it. Whereas these two, this and this, I'm only upholstering. But this girl right here, she got a new bed. So let me get I need a drill to take this apart. I need a drill to take this apart from the sideboard. Yeah. So let me go get the drill and stuff and then I'll be back. Okay guys. So this one this is the front board. I had put this protective sheet over it to protect, like if I push my hand down, it will protect my hands from any staple that may be not flat, or even the bedding. I'm not taking it off, or if I feel it's going to be a problem, I'll rebuy this black sheeting to put over it. So right now I'm going to take off this. This was to keep it nice and straight and stable and it not to be flimsy. So I have this here and I have it on the rails as well. So I just need to take it off. But I am going to put it back on, but it has to come off so that I can bring around the fabric.
Okay, so basically I am going to repeat the same process that you saw me do with the headboard. This is the front board, and this one is 18 inches in height. My sideboards are going to be 15 inches in height. My headboard is 48 inches in height. I was asked that question a lot in the last video when I first did this bed. So here I am giving you those measurements. So now I'm on to the sideboards. So I am going to be adding some batten to the sideboard so that the fabric is not sitting on the hard wood itself, but it has some type of a cushion which would make it look a little bit more lush, right? So I am adding these rails. The reason why I'm adding the rails is because the first sideboards that I did was the thickness of the wood. This wood that I'm using is 1/2 inch unfinished ply, and I'm adding another 1.5 inches to it by adding that piece of wood, which will make it a lot thicker and make the bed itself look even more expensive and luxurious, right? So I added batten. So I did my batten in 2 layers, meaning I folded the batten so I can have twice the thickness. I did get this batten from Hobby Lobby. I just bought 1 roll. I knew that that would be enough to do what I needed it to do. So here I am pulling very tight, guys. You have to pull as tight as you can. And since I had the rails there, I am putting my staple right up against the rail. Okay, so pull very tightly, otherwise your fabric is going to look very loose. Now you're going to see where I spoke about the black fabric, which is that finished fabric basically. I didn't add it here because I didn't remember to buy any, and you don't see inside the hair anyways. So yeah, that's the only reason why I didn't apply it. It just gives it a nice finish, cleaner look when you do add it. Okay guys, as you guys can see, that's the 6. The reason why my 6 yards didn't work is because my sideboards are 5 inches wider. So of course that's going to take up more fabric. Last time what I was able to do is I was able to bust the fabric in half and do the front board, and then I was able to take that other half and bust that in half to do the other 2 boards because they were only 10 inches. Okay, I can't do it this time because as you can see, it's like I just said, it's taller. So I have to go back to Joann's fabric and I have to pray to God that I can find 2 yards. I just need 2 yards. 2 yards, 1 yard is 36 inches. 2 yards would be 72 inches. I need 2.5 yards more so that I don't have to stitch the fabric together, if you understand. I'll have to cut it and then stitch it to not do that amount of yards. If I want one long run from the fabric, I have to do 2.5 yards. That would give me the run that I need. And plus I also wanted to make a long body pillow as well, so I'm not mad to get the 2.5 yards, but it's to find the 2.5 yards. So I'm gonna go to Joann's fabric first thing tomorrow and pray to God that I find the fabric, because when I bought it I left half. It was like less than half a yard. It was a little piece and I was like, I should just take that, but I didn't. But there was another roll that was in the back between the Savage pieces, and I don't know how much yard was on that roll, but I'm gonna go back and see if I can get that, if it's enough. Hopefully it's enough. I don't want to have to join the fabric because then it'll be joined on one side and not on this side. I don't want to do that. And so, but there is another Joann's fabric, so hopefully if I don't find it in one, I can find it in other. But it was being discontinued. So yeah, and then I need to get 2 more rails to add to the other one, because remember I told you I wanted the rails to be a little bit thicker. So yeah, so that's it right now, guys. I will pick this back up tomorrow. We're gonna continue. This time I'm going to show you how I actually mount it. That was a lot of questions in the last video when I made this actual bed. How did you mount it to the wall? How did it? This time I'm not mounting it to the wall, but I'm gonna show you how I fit up the whole thing in terms of how I'm mounting the sideboards to the headboard and the sideboards to the front board. Like, I'm gonna show all of that. Okay, so I will pick you guys back up tomorrow and just pray that I find this fabric. If I don't find the fabric, I don't have no others. I don't have a solution. I don't know what I will do. Okay guys, I'm back from the store. It's a new day. Let me tell you something. When I tell you blessings follow me, blessings follow me. Okay? Oh, I gotta give God praise, because what I ask for, He gives me every time. Well, He gives me what I need.
I don't know if he's been giving me what I want yet. We're still out on that, God. I think we're still on that need part. We need to get to the want part too, okay? Okay. Anyway, you guys know I ran out of fabric, right? Right. So, I concluded that I will need about 2.5 more fabric to do the other side. However, I told you guys the situation. Would you guys believe? Remember I told you there was a roll that only had a little bit on it, and then I found a roll that had a lot on it. It was like 6 1/4 or so yards of fabric on that one. So I had just grabbed that big one, went and boom, I bought my 6 yards. But the one that I had found first was the one that only had a little bit on it, and it was in the remnants. And I had pulled it out from underneath where it was because I had barely seen the color. And I was like, ooh, what color? I want to see this thing. I had barely pulled it out. So I pulled it all the way out and I had rested up on top. So that has been my fear that, geez, bees, it's on the top. People can actually see it. Somebody's going to take it. Do you know my God made sure that I didn't have to search for that fabric, because exactly the exact position where I left it, that's where I found it. That's where I found it. As though it was never touched since I placed it where I placed it. And that was how many weeks ago? I think I did this before Christmas. Is when I bought that fabric. I think it was before Christmas I purchased it. Yeah, because I was going to do my bed before we come into the new year. The fabric was just sitting there waiting like, hey mama, how you doing? So I did not I wish now that I did purchase all of it, because when I went up to the counter, here goes another blessing. The girl went up there, the fabric came up, it was $12 a yard, so it came up to $30. And the girl cashed it and she said, do you have any coupons you want to use today? I said, girl, I wish I did have one. She said, I think there's a coupon. She pulled up on her phone, she scanned it. She's like, it's $15. Which tells me that the other one was supposed to have been discounted as well. But it's okay. That was 2024. The blessings weren't flowing for some reason. But we're in 2025 and Judith is taking over. Okay. So, I got my fabric, my 2.5 yards of fabric. I'm going to have enough fabric to make that big pillow I told you guys I wanted to make. I went and I got my wood that I needed to finish the other side. I came up with another idea. So the one that I've already completed, I have to take off the edges so that I can add a piece of wood there. So it'd be thick on the side. I don't have to add that piece of wood that I had added last time. Do you know, I could have just taken that wood off and used that. I ain't think on it, but it's okay. It's okay. Judy good. She good. She good. She good. She good. So I'm about to go finish this bed. And I know I'm going to need help because my mattress is so heavy. But I'm going to try my best to remove my mattress, put the whole bed together, and I'm going to try to put the batteries back. If I can't get it, then I'll have to wait on my son. But, because, yeah, his car is not out there, so he's not off today. So, in any case, I'm going to just do what Judith can do. And what Judith can do, she can build this bed. You better act like you know I got favor. You better stick with me. Because I got favor. Guys, I'm excited. Because my bed about to look brand new. She about to look brand new. And this time I'm building her right. I'm putting in the rails. I'm building her right this time. Okay, you guys gonna see. You're gonna see I'm doing it right. I'm not short stepping this time. I'm doing it right. Okay? So, on that note, let's go. Oh, I gotta pull my oh, I gotta go do that now. I gotta pull my saw out of the storage. I'm gonna need the saw because I have to cut this wood. I need 4 15 inches. I said that right? Yeah, I need 4 15 inches slots out of this one wood. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that wood up, add it on, do the upholstery, After I'm finished doing the upholstery, I'm gonna come back on camera, show you guys how I'm fitting the bed up, because you already saw me doing the upholstery. You know how it's being done. So I'll come back to you guys when I am fitting the actual bed up, so that you can see how I am putting the bed together, because that was one of the million questions that I got that I didn't show. I don't know why I didn't show. I just thought about, oh, people gonna know how to do that. I think that's what I did assume. But I got a lot of questions on how I put the bed, actually put it together. Okay, so I'm gonna come back. That's when I'm gonna be back with you guys, when I'm actually putting she's together. I need this whole space though. Like, I need to take my mattress out. I need this whole space. But I'm gonna try to do what I can do with the do. But my mattress need to go. And this mattress is heavy. I can't move this mattress by myself. But I'm gonna try. Okay? So on that note, guys, I will see you guys when I'm fitting the bed up in 1, 2, 3.
So here I'm basically showing you how I decided to frame the opposite side of the sideboard so that I can have thickness going all the way around. Now, this part right here, it didn't work out. I needed to have like a long piece of board going horizontally as well to make this be stable enough to hold the headboard. So because I was working by myself trying to put it in place, it didn't work. I had to end up taking them off. So now I'm adding the L brackets. These L brackets is going to connect to the piece of wood that you saw me adding to the headboard. Whereas I had to end up taking it off anyways, but I did attach that to the wall. You will see here where I added a little piece of block wood to attach the leg. So I do have a normal leg up on top where you can't see it. That was that black one. And then I have this decorative leg. Okay guys, this is how the bed turned out. I will be explaining in full details how I went ahead and mounted, so stay tuned for the rest of the video as I will be explaining.
Okay guys, I'm tired. I had to do this by myself, all by myself. So let's talk about it. Sometimes you see these projects and you be like, oh my god, you this, you that, you did that, da 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 da, all that stuff. Right? Let's talk about this. Sometimes you see me do these projects. The end results, I love it, but going through it sometimes it makes you cry. And I literally was here almost in tears. Because whereas you can do the upholstery and everything yourself, do not do this project if you don't have someone to help you to put the bed together when you're finished. It is not a one-man's job. My mattress is heavy. Right now, the mattress is not turned how it's supposed to turn. It's actually, it's this way, but it's supposed to be this way. And who don't give a rat's behind right now is Judith. Okay, let me show you guys the bed as I talk. And you see I have this bench here that normally is out there in the kitchen area. I had to bring that in as reinforcement at one point to put the headboard on. So the idea that I had, I need y'all to see my African news. I watch African news. The idea that I had to mount the sideboard to the headboard the way, you know, a regular bed would be, the wood that I had purchased to do that with, wrong wood. Yeah, that 1x4, the 1x4, yeah, 1x4 that I had, Waste of time. I don't know what an alternative is. What I end up doing is I had to remove that board from being attached to the thing. It couldn't take the weight. It was just a mess. I took it, however, had to cut it down some, and I mounted to the wall itself. And then I took the brackets, the L brackets. I took those L brackets and connect the L brackets to that piece of wood. That's what I ended up having to do. So the sideboard is actually connected to the wall and not the headboard. I was trying to like not have nothing drill into the wall or none of that. So my headboard is back sitting on top of the foundation of my bed. That's where I've had it since I moved in here because I didn't want to mount it to the wall. Okay? So that's the first thing. Second thing, I needed help to mount the silver legs to the other side. So right now it's sitting on it, but it's not mounted to it, but it does have the L brackets that's connecting the two to each other, so that will give it its strength. But the legs in themselves is only connected on one side. It's not connected to the sideboard. I had to actually take it off the sideboard and put it on the front board because of how I made the front board. So yeah. The next error I would say that I made is not removing the old upholstery. Because I didn't remove that old upholstery, it was very hard to lock my stitches. To lock my channels. The other one, they are like locked. They're not gonna pull out, they're not gonna move or anything. These, I might have to continuously fit them in, keep like putting them in. So if you are planning to do this, and you're trying to, don't upholster over upholstery. If it was flat and I didn't have the channel in, no problem. But because of the way that my channels are done, doing another one over it, I don't have enough depth. I didn't have enough depth. So I needed to have removed the ones that I had there and go fresh. Therefore, like this part right here, this is what holds them. When you fold this and you pull it back here tight and you staple it, that's what holds your channels in place. You see how smooth this one is? But to me, this one is not as smooth as I would have had it. And I have some of them that are like that because I know they're supposed to be much smoother than that. They're not laying smooth because when you're trying to pull them through, they're ending up on top of the one that's underneath. So it's not as neat. And it's hard to pull them. I can't explain it, but just don't upholster over upholstery without removing the upholstery. I know I shouldn't do that, but I was seeing if I can get away with it. And I got away with it, but it cost me a lot. It cost me a lot of time, a lot of pain. In the end, the bed looks nice. Looks nice. It looks firm. But yeah, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. So I have my sheets washing right now because since they ended up on the floor and everything, mentally I'm like, those are dirty, even though I don't lay on them. So I have them washing, and then I'm going to after they come out, I'm going to put those on this bed, but I'm not going to style the bed. I'll do that tomorrow because I'm extremely tired. I just want to take a shower. And that's why I told you guys I don't like doing projects sometimes because of the after cleanup. If I had somebody to do the cleanup for me, I'll do projects all day. But I have to clean my room now. I got stuff all over the place. And I have to clean the kitchen area because I used my
saw. I was using my saw out on the island. So you know it's going to have sawdust out there. So I have to clean that. So I'm going to be getting up tomorrow and I'll be cleaning all of that. But outside of that, act like y'all didn't see this bed though. Come on. Act like y'all didn't see that she done changed her bed. That she done something. Act like y'all ain't see it. Act like y'all ain't see it. Act like y'all ain't know who my mama is. Listen, I'm a mother child all day, okay? My mom was very independent. She never used to, my father is a contractor. And she never used to wait for him to come do nothing, okay? She gonna mention she want it done and he ain't trying to do it. She gonna take up that hammer and do it herself. I am my mother's child. And it's very hard for a man to understand or get along with me unless he's going to get with me. Okay? Unless he's going to get with the program. I'm my mama's child. Okay? Okay. But look at my bed though. That's the true color y'all seeing right now. Woo! Look at the elegance. Oh, it's gotten darker again. But your girl done put in this beautiful bed. That fabric was amazing fabric. Amazing. I'm going to see if I have the receipt anywhere so I can get the name of the fabric. Because I know somebody going to ask. Somebody going to ask me. Anyway, guys. Your girl is tired. I don't know how many thing of waters I done drank. I done took down all my Christmas stuff. I don't remember. I think I recorded it, but it's when I had in that terabyte. So when I thought my camera was recording, it wasn't recording. So the Christmas stuff is down. I just chose to leave these things up here because I think they look so cute. So I haven't taken those down yet. I'm going to take them down probably for spring is when I'm going to take them down. But I am going to take out those Christmas boxes that I have right there. I'm going to take those out. And it's still winter time. So I'm going to still leave the house, the space feeling winter. But my son listen, my son came home as soon as I got this mattress on the bed. When I tell you, this mattress didn't have those, it have some tabs on the side that you can hold to lift it. If it didn't have those, I wouldn't have gotten it on the bed. But as soon as I got it on top of the bed and I realized it needed to turn around, I sat here and I said, I'm not turning around. You stink like that. I was like, I am not moving you. Because my mattress need to flip anyway. It been turned this way for months. So I always flip my mattress and that's what makes it last longer. But I'm due for a new mattress. My mattress should have changed. After 7 years, you shouldn't have the same mattress. So I'm ready for a new mattress. But I didn't have to buy a new bed. I feel comfortable now. I feel very comfortable. I have very sturdy sideboards now that baby Zyla ain't gonna be rocking on. Golly, that little girl. But I am going to give you guys a really good close-up shots of it tomorrow. Of each corner and all that kind of good stuff. So I am going to give you close-ups. I know you can get none tonight. But the bed is very dark. It's coming out very dark on camera. You're not going to see much. So, yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or maybe in the next video. If the video is getting too long, yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. And I'm going to start a new video where I'm actually styling this bed. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you plan to even try to build your own bed. If you want to tackle that stuff. Tackle the hard stuff in 2025. Don't sit down and think about it. Go ahead and tackle it. Tackle the hard stuff. You already did the easy stuff. tackle the hard stuff in life, okay? And ask God for the big stuff. Don't ask him for the little stuff. Don't ask him to help you pay your rent. Ask him to help you buy your own apartment building. Ask him for the big stuff. He's capable of it. He is capable of it. Ask God for the big stuff. This is the year of the takeover. Take over your life, the situations, anything that you're going through. Take it over, but put God first. Put him in the midst of it. Say, God, this is what I want to do, and I want you to lead. And I guarantee you, you will be able to take over. Don't do it without him, because you're going to come back crying to him. So just go ahead and start it with him. You heard? Alright. On that note, guys, I will see you guys on the next upload. And don't forget, if you are not walking with God, you are walking with the devil. And if your God is dead, come and try mine.